Our immediate priority is to save jobs, support our workers, and protect livelihoods. Over 1/3 of the resilience budget is dedicated to this. Even then, we cannot prevent an economic recession, as the external health and economic situations will evolve beyond our control. But it will help us mitigate the extent of the downturn and, more importantly, help save jobs and protect livelihoods. For workers who are currently employed, our top priority is to help them stay employed. In this Unity budget, I introduced a job support scheme and enhanced the wage credit scheme. Both are focused on preserving and enhancing jobs. The situation now calls for bolder and more aggressive moves to save jobs and keep workers in employment. I will significantly enhance and extend the jobs support scheme to provide more impactful and sustained wage support. For every local worker in employment, I will raise the government's co-funding of wages from 8% to 25%. Firms in the food services sector will receive higher support at 50% of wages. And firms in the aviation and tourism sectors, which are the most badly affected sectors, will be supported at 75% of wages. I will raise the monthly qualifying wage ceiling from $3,006 to $4,600, which is the median wage in Singapore. I will also extend the job support scheme for another 2 quarters till the end of 2020. So employers will receive a total of 3 tranches of payouts in May, July, and October this year. With these enhancements, a total of $15.1 billion will be allocated to support more than 1.9 million local employees under the Jobs Support Scheme. This is more than twice the level of support provided during the global financial crisis. With this support from the government, I urge employers to do your part to hold on to your workers. The enhancements to the Jobs Support Scheme and Wage Credit Scheme will support workers employed in our enterprises. The second group of individuals whom we seek to support is self-employed persons. Over the past few weeks, I received feedback from the labour movement and many self-employed persons calling for stronger support for the self-employed who have less income security and whose livelihoods may be worse affected during this period of economic uncertainty. In this resilience budget, we plan to provide direct cash assistance to more self-employed persons. Some of them have less means and family support and need help to tide over this difficult period. I've discussed with the Minister for Manpower and NTUC Secretary General on developing a self-employed person income relief scheme, or SERS, for this period. Eligible self-employed persons will receive $1,000 a month for 9 months. Overall, we expect to reach out to most of the self-employed persons who depend on self-employment for their livelihood and have less means and family support. I will set aside $1.2 billion for this. The Ministry of Manpower will provide more details soon. I will also provide sustained support for self-employed persons to make full use of any downtime during this period to train and upskill. I will set aside another $48 million to extend the self-employed person training support scheme to December 2020 and enhance the hourly training allowance from $7.50 to $10 with effect from 1st May 2020. The enhanced training allowance is on top of the already generous training subsidies, which cover up to 90% of fees. In addition, trainees will be able to tap on the SkillsFuture credit to further offset the course fees. Through these schemes, and with our many partners, we hope to provide a safety net for the self-employed during this outbreak. Looking ahead, we will see how we can better support self-employed persons in strengthening their financial security. We'll study this carefully. For lower-income workers, including self-employed persons, we have been supplementing their incomes through the Workfare Income Supplement Scheme, or WIS. In this Unity budget, I announced that Singaporeans on Workfare in 2019 would receive a one-off Workfare special payment amounting to 20% of the 2019 payouts, with a minimum payout of $100. In this resilience budget, I will enhance the Workfare special payment and increase the payout received by this group of Workfare recipients to $3,000 each in cash. The Job Support Scheme, Self-Employed Person Income Relief Scheme, and enhanced Workfare special payments will help to sustain the employment and salaries of our workers, with more financial support for workers who earn less. Apart from employees and self-employed, I will provide more help for job seekers to find employment. I will also launch the SG United Jobs Initiative to create about 10,000 jobs over the next 1 year. The public sector will take the lead. Our agencies have been planning our manpower needs early, and there is a range of jobs which we need to fill in emerging areas. We'll accelerate hiring plans to fill these roles while giving our people meaningful employment opportunities. We'll recruit for long-term roles in the public service and sectoral partner institutions in areas such as social services, early childhood education, ICT, so that we can enhance our provision of essential services. We'll also offer short-term temporary jobs to handle the increase in COVID-19 related operations, such as health declaration assistants, temporary management support officers, and the transport ambassadors announced by the Minister for Transport earlier this week. At the same time, we are working with the Singapore Business Federation and other trade associations and chambers to identify private sector job opportunities. This may come from businesses recruiting for the eventual recovery or with short-term manpower needs due to disruptions in labor supply. WSG will launch a SG United Jobs virtual career fair tomorrow with more than 2,200 job vacancies. This will focus on short-term temporary jobs that are immediately available. Job seekers looking for longer-term roles can consider the wider range of jobs advertised on mycareersfuture.sg. I encourage interested job seekers to explore this. The best way to safeguard the well-being of our people is by supporting them to stay employed. But as the impacts of COVID-19 on our economy deepens, some workers will lose their jobs or see their incomes significantly reduced. We will help them. Today, the ComCare scheme provides assistance to those who fall into financial hardships. We will exercise more flexibility when considering applications for ComCare during this period to ensure that affected Singaporeans can get help. Some families may require help urgently while waiting for the new help measures to kick in. We'll set up a temporary relief fund in the month of April to provide them with immediate financial assistance. This will be available at our social service offices and community centers. We'll also introduce a COVID-19 support grant at our social service offices from May to September this year to help our workers who become unemployed due to COVID-19. Low and middle income employees who lose their jobs can receive a grant of $800 per month for 3 months to tide them over while they find new jobs or go for training. In total, I will set aside $145 million for the new schemes and increase flexibilities to ComCare.